All right, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to another edition of Marilyn's Cafe Society. That's right. We're coming to you live right here on YouTube. Another edition of the show. How are you? How are you on this Tuesday, the 24th day of May? You know, today is Brother's Day. It's the day that we're supposed to show our brothers love. And so I show love to my brother in heaven, Michael Charles May, and also my other brother who's still here, and then all the other brothers who are play brothers or whatever you want to call yourselves. We'll show you some love, all right? So listen, speaking of brothers, tomorrow is the second anniversary of George Floyd's murder. And so I'm sure there'll be commemorations and things of that nature happening along with, I guess, some organizations and people who've really been following all of these pledges that corporations and organizations have made to try to show their support to the Black community. They're going to kind of measure how successful some of these pledges were and, where they are or where they stand 2 years later. And of course, Friday rolls in with the Memorial Day weekend. And so we want you all to have safe celebrations starting on Friday. Actually, I believe on Thursday, people begin to start their travels in most cases, to try to beat the rush, so to speak, if you're driving on the roads or if you're traveling by plane or train. But however you do it, just be safe, everybody. And of course, I'm still in the midst of my birthday countdown. That's right, it's just 6 days away. And so I'm excited. And again, I don't have huge plans, but I'm going to celebrate this last year in a particular decade because next year I will be entering a whole new decade and I'm excited about it all. So, anyway, I've sort of kind of low key been doing a little celebration the entire month of May and certainly will do so on the day. All right. All right. Well, it is going to be a short, brief show. Um, Due to all of my celebrating, I do have some things I got to get to. So let's get right into it. All right. Let's take a look at our latest coronavirus update. And of course, John Hopkins is reporting all of this data that I share with you. And so right now, worldwide, they're reporting 526.3 million COVID-19 cases. And of course, the number of global deaths are still slowly approaching that 6.2 or 6.3 million mark. There are 83.4 million COVID cases here in the United States, and they have updated their site as of today. I didn't check it over since my last report, but today John Hopkins is showing that there is over 1 million deaths so far here in the United States. More than 1 million people, 1,002,433 people to be exact, have lost their lives due to COVID 19. And of course, they're still reporting the surge that we're experiencing here in the United States and around the world, and certain pockets of the world, I should say. And so, just be careful. We know it's because the mask mandates have been lifted and people are just out and about living their lives. Some of us are still being safe with our masks. I know I sound like a recording because I say this every week, but it really is up to you. But whatever you do, just stay safe and protected, everybody. Okay. All right. And so, as I'm about to record the show this afternoon, I was saddened to see the breaking news story. I guess here it's about what time is it? About 3:30 in the afternoon, and maybe 15 minutes or so. Many of the news outlets hit us with breaking news reporting as many as 14 people have lost their lives, including several children, in a Texas elementary school shooting. Oh Lord, when is it gonna stop? It's just way too much going on. Every week there seems to be something, everyone, and it's just overwhelming. And so, of course, we send our thoughts and prayers out to the families and friends and that community in Texas and anyone who's been touched once again by gun violence or any other kind of violence or mishap that has happened in the last week. It's just a lot going on. So I'm going to try to keep the rest of the news that I want to share with you on the show today a bit light. Try to. And this one, it's sort of in the middle. It's just some information that I found very interesting, and I thought that you might find interesting too, because after being on a record breaking hiring and warehouse building spree for the last 10 years, guess what? Amazon announced last week that they may begin laying folks off and maybe even cutting jobs. And they also said that they will be subletting some of their warehouse space. And this is all due to the fact that they said their e-commerce business is starting to slow down. And again, I think it's because people are just getting out there, living their lives. And so folks aren't hunkered down in their homes on the computer shopping. They're actually getting out there and experiencing it, or just at least getting out there. And so folks have other things to do now. I think some of the school sports has started allowing people back in. Concerts are happening, and so people are after being locked up, they're just getting out there. Now I'm sure, over time things with the online shopping may pick back up again. I don't think it's going to drop significantly, because old habits die hard, and it has been 2 years, and people were already shopping online, doing the e-commerce thing. But um, you know, because people have been locked up, there's this just rush to get out away from their computers, out of the house to do other things, and so that's what's been happening, in my opinion. But anyway, I thought that that was so interesting, and I hope it does not come to that because, they were the go to for a lot of people who were looking for work over the last 10 years or so. Amazon was hiring, paying above market rate wages, and it would just be a shame if they do, in fact, have to start laying folks off and cutting jobs. All right. And here's another interesting one. Since the start of COVID-19, um, the pandemic, 2 years ago, there has been a report from an organization called Oxfam. They've recently revealed that a new billionaire was being created every 30 hours during this 2 year period of the pandemic. Yes, every 30 hours, a new billionaire was being created. And again, I think it all ties to the fact that people were locked down on their computers, spending money, trying new things, creating new ideas, and so forth and so on. Now, on the flip side, the sad news is that during the same time frame, um, and predicting throughout this year, 2022, that same report is saying that they're anticipating more than 260 million people will be pushed into extreme poverty. And I think we're kind of hearing little rumblings about that now, not so much on our traditional media, but, for folks who kind of do digging and research, that, there's a lot of people losing their homes. A lot of people are displaced because they can't afford to pay rent anymore. Um, there's a lot of people who may have never in life experienced living paycheck to paycheck, who may now be living paycheck to paycheck. And, And those who have been living paycheck to paycheck are now experiencing, a scary level of poverty, living in poverty. And so, um, you know, hopefully, prayerfully, that is not going to continue to grow. I just think that we should all have faith, extreme faith, unbelievable faith, miraculous faith, because God is a God of abundance. And so there is more than enough on this planet Earth and these heavenly realms surrounding the earth for all of us to survive and live comfortably. Let's stand on that and believe it, okay? All right, are you ready for the stock market report? Well, boy, last week, I guess they ended off the week in what they call a bear market, and they thought things were going to be picking up on yesterday, but as of about 2 o'clock Eastern time this afternoon, the Dow was down 103 points to 31,764. The S&P 500 dipped 47 points to 3,926, and Nasdaq was also down 337 points to 11,697. Now, gold, on the other hand, was up $12.27 to $1,865.39 per ounce. And oil was down 47 cents to $110.18 per barrel. Speaking of oil, those gas pumps aren't getting any better, are they? I just put, let's see, um, I just paid $4.99 per gallon for gas, and my vehicle that is giving me trouble now. But yeah, just a couple of days ago, $4.99, everybody, for a gallon of gas. And I just saw this morning there was a report that said in the Bay Area of California, the gas for the premium was approaching $8 a gallon, approaching $8 per gallon. And for the regular gas, it was $7 and some change. And so I don't know what's happening. I really don't, but it's concerning. That's all. It's just concerning because we are going to be okay, right? We're going to be all right. Okay, so are you ready for some in other news? Well, this is pretty good. This is pretty good in other news. Um, well, you'll hear it. It's good in one way, but then things didn't work out so well. So we all know that on June 19th, um, this coming June 19th, it's going to mark the second year of it being recognized as a national holiday. And of course, like so many other retailers do, in terms of jumping on the bandwagon of celebrating holidays, they always create some kind of um, way to capitalize on it. And so Walmart decided to celebrate by introducing its customers to what they call Juneteenth ice cream. Now, the pints of ice cream boast swirled red velvet and cheesecake flavors because, the red velvet cake is a big deal on Juneteenth for those who celebrate it. And so they borrowed from that and added it to the ice cream. And on the pint of ice cream, there was a message that read, "Share and celebrate African American culture, emancipation, and enduring hope." Sounds pretty good, right? I mean, just the red velvet cheesecake with the cream cheese and ice cream, I'm sold. But listen, it's been reported that as soon as they put these Juneteenth Celebration Edition ice cream on its freezer shelves, the social media mob went off, calling the idea garbage and a shame and even worse. And so Um, just kind of give you some background information. This isn't the first time Walmart has introduced products around Juneteenth. They're offering other merchandise, which includes apparel, party supplies, and even wine. But for some of these critics, the ice cream just, well, took the cake, the velvet cake. And so they considered it more offensive than the other products. And they noted that um, believe that Walmart is one of those companies that do very little to support the Black community, but yet, this is quotes, this is what some of them said, but yet they're capitalizing on the Black American holiday. And so, in response to all of the negative feedback, just this morning around 7 a.m., Central Time, a Walmart representative issued a statement that read, Juneteenth holiday marks a celebration of freedom and independence. However, we received feedback from a few items or feedback that a few items caused concern for some of our customers, and we sincerely apologize. And so they said we're reviewing our assortment and will remove items as appropriate. And then, you all, just a few hours later, they announced that they were officially pulling the ice cream from their freezer shelves. Now, what do you think? I believe that this Juneteenth ice cream promotion and all the other merchandise that they're going to be selling surrounding Juneteenth would have gone off much better had they tied it um, to um, a organization, a social cause surrounding Black issues and supporting Black organizations. I think that rollout would have gone much better had they did that. But apparently, they were um, just putting it out there to sell to people and to make a profit um, without offering some kind of benefit to the people that they were selling it to. And so I think that was really the bigger problem with that. So we'll see. Maybe they'll just pull back for a second and rethink things and maybe do some of the things that I just said and introduce it that way. And maybe it would be a little bit more palatable for people. All right, and so in related news, Walmart also plans to launch a similar celebration edition for Pride Month, which will also be coming up in June. And that flavor of ice cream, they're saying, is white chocolate with brownies and cherries. So, what do you think? I guess you can look at it as being an equal opportunity with ice cream or equally offensive. I don't know, but that's what the plans are, but they're probably going to put a halt on that too, based on the response to the Juneteenth ice cream. So we'll be watching to see what's happening, right? In the mean between time, I have some ideas about red velvet cake and ice cream. All right, and by the way, everybody, listen, Walmart is planning to expand its drone delivery service to reach as many as 4 million households across 6 states this year alone. And of course, the cost for delivery is $3.99 per order, and there is a weight limit of 10 pounds. And that's for people who use their delivery service. All right, thought you might want to know that. And so, for real, on a lighter note and on a musical note, the producers and organizers of the 29th annual African Caribbean International Festival of Life recently announced that their much anticipated and heavily attended event will be back during Independence Day weekend, starting Saturday, July 2nd through Monday, July 4th of this year from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Washington Park at 55th Street and South Cottage Grove in Chicago, Illinois. It's a big treat for Chicagoans, and people even travel across the country and around the world to attend this festival. It's family friendly. It's a celebration of culture and food and music. There's going to be more than 50 reggae, Afrobeat, R&B, blues, jazz, gospel, hip hop, stepping, house music, Latin music, country music, rock music, and many, many other forms of music. And so, again, it's a cultural experience, everyone. Attendees will get to, again, enjoy food, arts, crafts, play games. There'll be vendors and exhibitors and all kinds of things. And so, if you want more information, you can check them out at International, all spelled out, festivaloflife.com. Internationalfestivaloflife.com. You know, it's coming back to the park in full blast after being delayed by the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. And of course, last year they brought it back and combined it with their jerk seafood and vegan festival that's held in September of every year. And so they combine the International Festival of Life with that event in September of 2021. You know, it was a little small thing, but uh, this summer during the Independence Day weekend, the International Festival of Life will be back up and running in Washington Park. So again, that's internationalfestivaloflife.com for more information. All right, all right. Okay, well, I think that's it. I do have one last thing as quietly, I'm not going to quietly play it. I'm just going to get it started. I'm going to get the party started. But my one last thing is to be safe this coming Memorial Day weekend, everyone. Enjoy and celebrate responsibly. I do not own rights to this oldie but goodie from Casey and the Sunshine Band. And of course, it's Do You Wanna Party? Oh, let's remember our word for the month of May. Review it, which is irrefragable. Irrefragable, which means not able to be refuted or disproved. Indisputable. All right, so let's get that one then. Send an email if you're interested in expanding your business, service, or product with me on YouTube or my website. Send it to producer at marylandscafesociety.com. Also, remember to visit marylandscafesociety.com. Connect with me on social media from there and check out the weekly blog. And thanks so much for watching this YouTube channel. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe. And join the email club at Maryland's Cafe Society at yahoo.com. All right, so love is celebrations, birthday celebrations. Yeah. And it's also celebrating the United States military personnel who have died while serving in the United States Armed Forces. Okay? All right, everybody. If you don't do anything else this week, be sure that you live, laugh, and love. And yeah, I party. I like to have a good time, okay? It's been a pleasure and a privilege. We'll let Casey and the Sunshine Band take us out, and I'll talk to you all on the next show. Peace, everybody. All right.